Hey guys, so I'm going to be showing you a little bit of, well, my entire makeup collection, and then I'm going to be doing a breakdown video of everything that I own. And then I think I need to do a declutter because a lot of the stuff that I found was either like super old or the wrong color for me or dried out or just needs to go in the trash. So this is a preview of everything of my makeup collection before I get rid of anything. Okay, so this is my roll cart. I have one of my containers empty right now for a reason. These are all of my lashes that I own. These were sent to me from somebody that used to be a friend, and I've only worn one pair. They don't stay on very well. These are the ones that I reach for a lot. I got this one from Influencer. The rest of them I bought. This was sent to me from a company, and they're actually kind of an awful company. But I've got a couple of Kiss. These two are Ardell's. I don't wear lashes a whole lot, so I have a few of those. And then these are all of my eyeshadow palettes. I went ahead and pulled all of them out. So this is all of them that I own right now. I do have one on the way in the mail. And I went ahead and pulled these. This is like a loose eyeshadow. And then I've got a loose glitter. I have a blush palette from BH. I don't even know if they sell these anymore. I have a lipstick palette, which is kind of like a cross between a lipstick and a lip gloss. And then these are all of the single eyeshadows that I own between this palette and this one. So there are those. And then these are all of my face products. So I've got 3 little bronzers, some face powders, blush, and highlight. So those are all the ones that don't have a palette. Now for loose eyeshadows, back when I used to do makeup in the salon, I bought a kit from True Colors. All of these were included in the kit. It cost several $100s. Some of these are like this one here. It's an actual row of glitters. This one just says cosmetic glitters on it. And then all of these are like shimmers and satins and matte shades. I don't really use these a whole lot anymore. And then these are just some single eyeshadows that I have. And then I considered these as palettes. I have 4 in here. And this is a shadow that broke that I put back together with alcohol. And then that was a shadow that I mixed up for a customer, but it was too much for the container, so I just put what was left in there. And then we have like all of my lip balms and stuff in here. I only have one that is colored. So I only wrote down the one that actually is colored. And then we get into my closets. Now, down here, I have like all of my BB creams, my CC creams, that kind of thing. They're all in here with like my sunscreens because most of them have sunscreen in it. And then this is the only face palette that I have, and this is a blush, a bronzer, 2 highlights, and a perfume. It's the only one I have like this. And then of course I've got masks in the back, eye creams and face mask testers like this size in here, and then like cleansers and makeup removers in the back. This is my lotion and hair collection. I need to go through that too. Now I just reorganized all of this. About half of this needs to go away. These are lip liners. The last 2 rows are lip liners. This row is brows, and then the rest of these are eyeliners. I've got some liquid with the pen in them, like the liquid liners that have a little brush built in. I've got 2 pot These are all of my like felt tip or brush tip liquid liners, and then all the rest of these are like pencil liners, whether they're sharpenable or automatic. And then here we have the two liquid glitter shadows that I own. There's two color correctors here, and the rest of my color correctors are here. Mainly I need to get rid of anything that's like peach. I've got a blue one I need to get rid of that I've only used like once or twice. And then I've got this one here that's the brightener. I need to get rid of this too because I bought it not that long ago, but it's just way too pink on me. And then I've got a bunch of like regular like concealers, but a lot of these came from like subscription bags, just like a lot of the mascaras that I have. These are all of my mascaras. I have one multi-stick that's Kiss and Smink is a multi-stick, this one here. And then I've got a couple of concealers in here, and then I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 eyeshadow primers. One of them was a gift from the BH Cosmetics order, and then these two BH ones I ordered. This is something I ordered. I've got my lash glue here, and then a little one that came in the kit, my 2 brow gels, and then my Benefit Gimme Brow that's itty bitty, it's almost empty. But a lot of these mascaras are like really old. I need to throw them out. Like this one here I've had for multiple years, and it stunk when I got it, so I just need to throw it out. I've got like 2 like cream eyeshadows in these like stick form. I completely forget I have them. And then in here, this is actually a blush. This is from Bella Pierre, but it's like way too dark for me. It's a mineral blush, so I use it as like a bronzer. And then in here we have blushes, and then one little like blush palette. I don't have a whole lot of blush, but after writing down all the numbers for everything, I've got a lot more than I thought I did. These are all of like bronzers and contours. Like this thing here is like 15 years old. This one here, I don't even think they make it anymore. I don't even know if the company's still in business, but I've had this for at least 10 years. And then I've got like this palette here that's got like a highlight kind of color, and then 2 contour shades. I do have one bronzer down here. Then we have like lipsticks. These are like liquid lipsticks that like stain your lips, and then we've got like regular lip glosses and a lip crayon, and the one lip stain. Like I said, a lot of this stuff just needs to go in the trash. This looks like it's like completely empty. It looked like it had a quarter of it left because it was laying like this, but now that I turn it, it's almost empty. So I will be doing a declutter soon. And then I'm gonna pull this tray out. These are the one bronzer that I said was in here, and then all of the highlighters that I have that are like, you know, in a little guy. This is new. This is new. These came in from Ipsy like March and April, or I mean March and February. This came from an Ipsy. The only ones in here that I've bought are this one, and this one. Everything else in here came from like an Ipsy glam bag. And then last we have like single shadows and loose shadows. At least half of these came from Ipsy or like Birchbox or something like that. These are like loose eyeshadow pigments. I only have a few of those. And then we've got a couple of like quads or duos in here. And some pressed pigments. And then I've got one pressed glitter in here. And I have to, you're supposed to use this liquid with it to help keep it on. So that is all like the single shadows that are not in the little magnetic palettes. I wish I could like depot some of these, but knowing my luck, I would end up shattering the shadows. All of these are stick lipsticks. Like my L'Oreal Color Riches, I own 4 of them now. Some of these are like old, they're from my line of cosmetics that I need to go through. Like the glow in the dark one here. I don't even know if it's how old it is or if it's any good, and that's trying to relocate. So a couple of these came from Ipsy. These I bought from Sephora. This is one I've bought. I've bought all of those. That's like an Ipsy. These Ipsy. These I bought at Ulta. Hopefully that didn't go anywhere. And then the rest of my stick lipsticks are here, along with like lip glosses and liquid lipsticks that are in like the back 4.5. So those are all of my lip products that are not in that drawer. Try to rearrange these so I don't have anything falling on the floor. And then lastly, we have foundations and primers. These are like primers. I was trying to find a primer that would be hydrating. So I have quite a few hydrating primers. And then I've got like little tester guys like this that came from either an Ipsy Glam bag or a Sephora Play or a Birchbox. A lot of these like little ones. That's what the majority of my makeup and stuff is these little ones. And then I have like my loose powders here, and I do mix powders. That's what this is here. This is a mixture of these 2 powders, and I've got a couple of them. This is actually a mineral face like foundation powder, but it's way too dark for me, so I usually mix it in with like a translucent powder to give it a little bit of color. Up here we have foundations. And then I've got the two sprays that I have there, and then I've got the Maybelline Master Fix as well that sits on the other one because it's too tall. I've got mousse foundations, liquid foundations, cream foundations, and a lot of the cream foundations are ones that like I had out and then a customer stuck their finger in. Like this one here, a customer had stuck their finger in it, and I probably just ought to throw it away. I had it sitting out so that people could see the color, and I had plastic and everything over it and put a thing on there. These are not samples, but still people like to gouge their fingers and things. So more than half of these will go in the trash. I've got like little containers like this. I've got like 3 of these that are like mixtures of foundations, trying to make one that will match me, but everything turns out way too pink. I am way too yellow of an undertone. And then my one like galactic finishing powder that I own that they sent me, and then that is it. I will be recording something separate and breaking down everything by category and letting you know how much I have of everything, and then I will be doing a declutter series on all of the makeup that I own. And then after I get my hair cut in a couple of weeks, I will be decluttering a lot of like my hair care products and stuff like that, because I just don't use a lot of this stuff, and I would rather somebody else get use out of like the hairsprays and stuff like that. A lot of those are salon brand products, and I don't use them, so there's no point. And I need to get rid of like half my body lotions. Most of these only have like a little bit left in them, so I will be doing a bunch of declutter series. So hopefully you enjoyed this little overview. I don't know where I'm going to stick this in the video, but we'll figure it out.